We came here and founded this nation to be free of the monetary systems of Europe, to be free of things like the IMF today. The American system is a credit system. The present world system is a monetarist system, not a credit system. A monetarist system is based on what? It's an empire. It's based on a system of currencies which are controlled by people outside government. You have a financial power which is independent of governments, not controlled by any governments. But in fact, these powers, through the so-called floating exchange rate system, have power over governments. It's a Venetian-style system. What we have to do to solve the problem, otherwise you're going to hell. To solve the problem, you have to shut down monetarism. But how do you do that? You say, nobody has the right to create currency except a sovereign government, which is accountable for that government, accounts for that currency. These currencies and these governments must cooperate to create a fixed exchange rate system among themselves. On this basis, they can now issue credit on rates such as 1.5% to 1%, 2% per year. Not compound interest, straight credit. On this basis, at the levels of less than 2% or 2% or less, you can invest government credit, government-outed credit, in long-term capital improvement projects which will restore and build up an economy, as the United States has done in its best times. So we need international cooperation with a 50-year future perspective, practical, in terms of contracts. We need a 1.5% to 2% base rate of credit uttered over these terms in order to build up the world economy on a high energy flux density orientation to maintain the preconditions of life for mankind on this planet. The system has been oriented to save a ruling financial class of the world. If what had been done, as I instructed, back then in 2007, the result would have been we would have put these bankrupt financial institutions into bankruptcy reorganization. This would have protected and saved the nation and nations of the world. But they were not prepared to allow that to be done. What they demanded is that we save the parasites and kill the productive people. Bail out. Bail out. Bail out the thieves who had done most of the stealing and most of the bad policy making which had ruined the U.S. economy and other economies. Put them into bankruptcy. Close them down in bankruptcy. Save the real industries. Save the banks, the real banks. The ones that are honest, not the high binder banks. The high binders, let them all collapse. Let them all disappear. They're of no use anyway. You don't need them in management. They've already mismanaged the economy to the extreme. Let them go bankrupt. We'll put them on the welfare rolls. We won't let them die. But what we've done is the British have done and others have done, they have acted internationally to create a vast empire of wealth among people who deserve to be shut down as bankrupt. These people now have the wealth. They typify the ruling class of the planet, the intended ruling class of the planet. The industries are shut down. The farms will be shut down. Employment today is worse than it was under Hoover, unemployment. And it's going to get much worse. Whole economies, look, are going to shut down. For example, the state of California. The state of California, the its largest economy in the planet, is now disintegrating by orders of these people. New York is also on the list. The United States is ready to crumble